That wasn't rolling. I gotta hit the mark again. You can see it there. I'm the producer director. It's an Intendor radio show. The camera is a tough Olympus. Mark. Reaction to the author, an Indian guy who, this was published in the Indian Journal Economic and Political Weekly, February 13th by Sabra Anshi. He's got his email here. This is from Yav Smith's Naked Capitalism. In the first take I didn't get. I praised her. I am trying to get traction for the Insuro dollar as me being for me as a creative economist, I was real pleased. I'll just read this and then I'll publish it, okay? I started crafting Transcendia, the model nation, in 1978. Reform of the U.S. appeared impossible by that date. Full militarization of the U.S. economic engines was begun and kept going then. Aviation fronts for MI6 and CIA led the way for more of that till now you discover after the fact that you're working for the military-industrial complex. Academia is a front for the military as contracts for R&D, or more rightly D&R, as Henry Petrosky points out. Little to zip of this enters into the civilian world of tools for the trades. I'll point to DARPA and its exoskeletons that will first show up with the man inside loading a tank cannon or putting the shells on a delivery truck. Not for moving bricks or sheetrock next to a Clark. Or a Namco was my favorite. It was electric. I Googled CIA fronts and found In-Q-Tel, a venture capital company that was supposed to make money but keeps getting it from the government. The reason that CIA front is important is because that is our money. It is money we paid in taxes with the expectation we would get back something worth having. But it came out of our pockets, see? If the CIA fronts make money, then it ought to come back to us. But I don't think it does. What I think happens is they make another company and sell it to an assured buyer, pocket the money and run off with it. That's where the spies money, the original question I had is where the spies money go. Spies money, where's spy money go? For us working people, it is about money, not currency. After World War I and World War II, Americans got their airplanes for barnstorming and crop dusting, and then all that money was spent on providing combat survivors educations at some of the best universities of the world. The Beats out of Columbia, my dad went to Cornell, but the Beats felt deeply, my favorite poet was Weldon Keys, but they felt deeply that the atom bomb, they felt that atom bomb deeply. And the atom bomb has changed. It changed everything. War by threat. Lots of airports, short and utilitarian, were built. People got paid money. It was based on gold and silver till Kissinger and Nixon gave us the petrodollar. They, us, people, could buy a boat and go out on the lake. The mind control industry was spawned to fight more of WW, or what otherwise known as the Cold War, but really the World War, on and on. Mobsters and spies. Mobsters and spies know the war doesn't end. There were created communications departments in the academic institution. It was so well developed they murdered JFK and Bobby right in front of our eyes. It was a real coup. Voting rights and all that were reactionary to the core. Things bumped along. Carter had a day or two, pardoned some Dodgers. Deserters had to go to prison, I believe. I'm sure of it. Corporations kept getting stronger. The company fronts. War's all really just part of the 100 years oil war. Now, I want to play the game with what I have crafted. I've offered a robust currency, the $1. It beats the Bitcoin, and it beats the petrodollar, and it beats FTCs. I, my kind, live in a physical world. Hence, I offer a standardized confederation of airports. Like I said, Transcendia picks up where the UN leaves off. They say distribution is where economics breaks down. You know, if you can't get it there by air, you can't get it there. Anyway, it starts with agriculture and ends with agriculture. Cotton, or corn, or marijuana, poppy. Big money crops have to be physically moved. You really ought not worry past 50-mile circle about where it comes from. They say New York City could easily get starved since the meat district was turned into offices for fashion designers. It became a scene. Hogs and heifers, I was there. The bright ones like McNamara had too much power. Of course, the corporations that put food in the grocery stores loved his ideas, probably gave him the plan anyway. John Commons said capitalism was great, but doomed itself to socialism, as it has in the places you want to live in Europe. The Netherlands stopped taking people that didn't speak Dutch. It's their country. They are in it together. Immigration from the U.S. to the UK went from 300 a year to 3,000. London is calling. Obama even complained about oblique banking practices in the Caymans and the Cook Islands. Branson and Mr. Musk are planning to be neighbors on one of those islands that grew rice, tobacco, and cotton, I guess, molasses, I don't know. I forget. There's a lot that's happened. The DuPonts went into finance first. GM and leaded gas, Three Rivers, where the bomb-making stuff was made. They sold that atomic fuel manufacturing area in the center, South Carolina, for $1. They wanted to get out before the disability cases came up, I guess. The story is that the Joint Chiefs of Staff, LeMay and his friends, this other guy didn't get some ambassadorship, the CIA, FBI, Hoover, MI6, got the world and it is theirs. We're just the wild cats putting shelters now and then. Pot piss testing industry is rich. The hop lifestyle has taken hold like in the last prohibition. Vice is the best TV. I am alive and forced towards accumulating the currency of fame. My quest is to open a passport office with the men and women of the line. I should have put at Denver Stapleton. I've given up on Horace Williams nearby where I live. Pseudo-aristocrats ain't gonna let anybody make it work. I've tried. As a poet, it was an honor to my craft to hear Henry Petrosky talk of his use of a poem Frost wrote to be the lick that held his latest book together. You want things to be fixed for real in the physical world where people have money to buy food, and shelter, and a boat go flying. Ask the engineers. That's what I wrote. It's not, I can't write a book every time. Thank you.